fellow bookworms to Tibra's Den. My name is Whitney, and today we are going to be talking about The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie Oh. So this is a recent haul for me. Um, I just I've been seeing it around BookTube, and I knew this was one that I was going to love. And fortunately for me, I did. So I'm really excited to kind of talk about this more in depth. But of course, before I do, if you guys can go ahead and give this video a like, it really does help out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on a thing. But let's talk about this book. So this book is based on the Korean folktale about this village who's kind of ravished by storms and such, and they sacrifice a maiden each year to the sea god, hoping he'll find his true bride and cease with the storms and whatnot. So that's kind of what this was inspired by and based on. But basically, in this, you have Mina and her brother's sweetheart um, is the one that has been chosen to be the bride this year. But of course, her brother, is upset by that and such. And so he kind of breaks the rules and she follows him and she ends up sacrificing herself in order to kind of save her brother and her brother's sweetheart um in connection with that, of course. And I thought going in, I had it in my mind, it was going to be this wonderful under the sea adventure. It's not. It takes place in the spirit realm, and I really enjoyed how that was done. I liked kind of the spirituality and the openness of the spirit realm, because the spirit realm where this takes place isn't all there is. And so, you also have heaven and you have other choices besides where Mina ends up at. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the book. I really enjoyed the characters. I thought the characters had a lot of depth to them. It's not a very long book, but I thought they were done really well, and you really felt a connection to them and such. It also has a very heavily like family and ancestral track throughout the book. Um, Mina, in particular, is really close with her grandmother, and her grandmother's always telling her stories. And so the stories and the legends and the myths and such, and the folklore play a really big part in the book as a whole. Mina takes it as inspiration, and she also uses it as a way to reach the sea god. So um, basically, after Mina is sacrificed, she learns that the sea god is kind of like under some kind of spell, and so the bulk of the book is not her, trying to become the true bride of the sea god, but trying to figure out what's going on with the spell and how she can break it. And I did read some, or I was watching someone, I can't remember who, and they mentioned that they didn't like, one part of the book they didn't like was that it kind of got away from the main plot and quest line. And when I was reading it, I really didn't feel like that. I thought what's considered the main plot and quest line is actually kind of a subplot. And Mina's journey is actually the main plot line as a whole. Um, and everything that she's doing in between, where it kind of goes circles back, actually plays into the plot line as a whole too. So I really enjoyed just kind of the problem solving, and there's a little bit of a love triangle in here. Um, I say a little bit because the way it's done is kind of different from other love triangles. Where I mean, it depends. Like I've seen love triangles done like this before, but basically, most of the time in love triangles, it's your protagonist is kind of torn between two people, and that's the case here in this book. But as far as feelings go, she's not really torn. It's kind of feelings versus duty, essentially, what she feels like she needs to do. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed, like I said, the characters. I enjoyed the spirituality. I enjoyed the spirit realm as a whole. The only thing I will say is I kind of wish it was a little bit longer and there was a little bit more explanation for certain things that are part of the spirit realm. I really wish that had been more developed and some of the characters a little bit more developed. But overall, like, I mean, it was really good. I could live without that because the writing and the main characters and the storyline was really, really well done. And I honestly did not see the ending coming. There is a little bit of a twist. Like, I had an idea that there was something along those lines. I'm not going to give it away, obviously, but I did not see like what it actually was until it came to light. So, and I liked, there's kind of this goddess that is kind of out to get Mina and kind of sabotage her quest, but in the end, like, she ends up being one of the biggest allies to Mina over and over again. So she has like this conflicting personality and character traits that kind of clash against each other, which normally I wouldn't enjoy that because it wouldn't make sense to me, but it really, really worked for this particular character, and I really like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, family plays a very heavy role here, and stories play a very heavy role here. And so, if you're kind of into that folklore and kind of ancestral family ties and such, this is definitely a book to pick up. It definitely is written, for a younger audience, which is why I think that depth isn't there, but it was still really, really enjoyable. So, definitely think this book is worth the hype for sure. Um, and yeah, I really, really enjoy this overall. And I guess that's all I can say on it without giving away a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.